As I continue to practice gratitude, meditation, and the law of attraction methods, I find myself still daily learning new things. I'm inspired literally daily. I can't explain to you how it felt when I was walking through my laundry room and my adorable cat, she had knocked a book off the shelf, off of my self-help shelf. And I picked it up and it was this book, The Attractor Factor. As I flipped through, I remembered that I had not read it in quite some time. And I had not read it all the way through. I'd put it down maybe 5 years ago. Well, I flipped through and a phony, although very real looking $1 million bill just kind of fell out onto the floor. At that point, I was just sold. I was like, universe, I know what you're telling me, read this. So I did. And here are the gems that I pulled from it, and you will love this. First, I want to share the 5-step process for manifestation. Then he talks about limiting beliefs. Then there's a script for letting go of these nasty limiting beliefs. And finally, there's a meditation for manifestation. Okay, let's do this. Okay, Dr. Joe Vitale's book is based on a 5-step meditation program that is very, very useful and very user-friendly. If you have a general idea of the law of attraction, but you're having an issue with this ever-elusive how, then this book is perfect for you. The 5 steps are easy to follow, and the author, Dr. Joe Vitale, gives so many examples. And examples are the key. This is what so many law of attraction books are really missing, like tangible, concrete examples of application. The 5-step process, step 1 is called the springboard. Step 2 is dare something worthy. Step 3 is the missing secret. Step 4 is Nevelize your goal. And step 5 is the ultimate secret. So essentially, step 1 is where you are facing and really paying attention to the thoughts that are affecting you day by day, because that's what a springboard is. It's where you're starting. Step 2, dare something worthy. So you're putting out there what your desire is and making sure it's something you really, really want. Step 3, the missing secret, is where you are adding feeling and you're adding a lot of emotion. You're using your methods. Number 4 is Nevelize, which means to live in the end, feeling is the secret, and living in the end of your achieved result. And step 5 is the ultimate secret, which we've discussed, this idea of meditation and the idea of letting go, okay? And that's the final idea that he ends with, is letting go. Next in the book, he talks about limiting beliefs and how they can have a profound effect on the outcomes in our lives. He lists the top 10 limiting beliefs. I'm going to tell them to you, but please listen and make note of the ones that may be affecting your life. Okay, here they are, the top 10 limiting beliefs. I am not good enough to be loved. No matter what I do, I should be doing something else. If it hasn't happened yet, it will never. If you knew what I'm really like, you wouldn't want me. I don't know what I want. I upset people. Sex is dirty, nasty, and I save it for only the one I love. Better stop wanting it. If you get your hopes up, you'll get hurt. If I fail, I should feel bad for a long time and be really scared to try again. And lastly, I should have worked this out by now. Does anything sound familiar? The book then gives a wonderful script that you can use to release unwanted limiting beliefs. This method is from the book called Feelings Buried Alive, Never Die by Carol Truman. Here's the script. Take each and every level, layer, and area, and aspect of my being to this origin. Analyze and resolve it perfectly with God's truth. Come forward in time, healing every incident based upon the foundation of the first according to God's will, until I'm at the present, filled with light and truth, God's peace and love, forgiveness of myself for my incorrect perception, forgiveness of every person, place, circumstance, and event, which contributed to this feeling or thought. With total forgiveness, unconditional love, I delete the old form of my DNA, release it, and let it go now. I feel, and this is where you insert the way you want to feel here, I allow every physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual problem and inappropriate behavior based on the old feeling to quickly disappear. Thank you, Spirit, for coming to my aid and helping me attain the full measure of my creation. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you, and I praise God, from whom all blessings flow. So the idea of using this script in order to reprogram your DNA as it speaks to your spirit and asks it to help you get clear on the most fundamental layers of your being, this concept is the core of what Dr. Joe Dispenza calls epigenetics. Your thoughts and feelings have a massive and profound impact on your well-being. at a deep and visceral level. Similar to Dr. Joe Dispenza's methods, Dr. Joe Vitale's book has a meditation that you are to do daily for 20 minutes. In this meditation, you are to conjure the thoughts of your ideal outcome. In this method, this meditation is done daily for 30 days for just 20 minutes a day. You will have a profound effect on your life. Each day you are meditating while you're visualizing your ideal outcomes, feeling the feelings of having that outcome achieved already, and then holding that feeling and really basking in it for the sustained amount of time. Unfortunately, we can't live day by day in that massively elevated state indefinitely, but if we can maintain it for like 20 minutes, it will have an effect. The book does point 3 steps to this process. So step 1, we are very clear on what we are manifesting, and we write this out in a clear statement that is positive and in the present. I know this sounds really familiar, doesn't it, with regard to affirmations. Step 2, we meditate on the desire, the statement, and the feeling associated. Feel as good as possible while doing this. Keep that vibe as high as possible. And then step 3, after the meditation, stay open and receptive to any synchronicities and signs and messages and intuition that come to you. Now, to do this, I really recommend first, manifest one thing at a time. Secondly, do the full 20 minutes each day and do the full 30 days before you start changing the way you feel about anything. Keep this to yourself for the most part as well. You need to stay in the positive and keep the mind free of negative influence. Stay away from doubt, fear, or other lower vibration sensations. And just remember, you can do this. I recommend reading the entire book if you have time. There is a link to Amazon where you can get a copy. I feel so positive about this book and about Dr. Joe Vitale. He was one of the contributors to the book and the film The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. He does not disappoint in his ability to explain things very clearly to a layman audience. And I'm a layman too, so thank you. Okay, I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Comment below your experience with this book and with the Law of Attraction. Will you go find this book? Will you read it cover to cover? Comment below if there's any other book that you'd like for me to review or even to summarize. I have one more video about this book coming. There's an amazing quantum jumping method to cover with you that I didn't want to miss. Okay, have a great day, guys, and be positive. Namaste. The 5 steps, really, you do need to kind of, step 1 really is, why am I saying really? He does not disappoint in his, Lori. I feel so positive about this book and about Dr. Joe Vitale. He's one of the contributors. Oh my gosh, I need to slow down.